All right, guys. Last week it was the Bucks. This week it's the Kansas City Chiefs. A little passing scheme coming in from S. Gibbs here. If you're having trouble beating man-to-man, this is what you need to know. So let's take a look at the gun bunch weak formation for players that are having trouble beating that man-to-man defense.
So gun bunch week, KC drive. I think this is in one other playbook. But KC drive is the play I'm specifically looking at. So first and foremost, press for me. First off, guys, if you're facing a bunch set or compressed set, you're not pressing man-to-man, you're doing it wrong. Anyway,
explain what that means. You just said a lot of words that are very important.
Reset
but you messed it up.
Right. So look at the outside corners on this play because it's a compressed bunch set. So Macklin's going to get a free release every time because of that. Like if you're going to run a streak or run a skinny post, whatever it is, he's going to get a free release, and that's going to allow him to beat his man-to-man.
Because the dude's not standing close to him is what you're saying.
Correct. So if you press against compress,
if you
press against compressed or bunch.
Down on the left stick.
Yep. He'll come up into the belly, into the guts of the receiver, and he's going to play man-to-man press against him. So what I like about this play is we have 3 routes stock that kind of win on a pretty consistent basis. And the last thing I would do here, you can put Avant on a streak. What Avant does is the A receiver, hire him to a streak. He gets inside that 2-man under, and he becomes available like later in the play as a deep option bomb over the top of 2-man under, especially if he's a really fast, like a Perriman guy.
Yes, you'd want to sub out Avant and put in a guy with, I would say, 95 speed or higher if you're playing Ultimate Team.
Yes. So now you have the drag over the middle, the quick in by the halfback, and then the corner by the tight end. My favorite route on this whole play is the drag, and the reason it's better than your ordinary drag, Farles. And I want to see if you can pick why.
This is gun bunch week from the Kansas City Chiefs playbook. Play is called bunch KC drive. KC drive.
Yep, and press for me. I want to see if you can pick up why this is such a special drag.
Because it releases late on the play. B chills until he...
It allows for space to happen. Space. So because of that, what makes this so important? Press again. Don't forget to press. What makes this important is that it allows like the read to not develop too quickly, and it kind of waits. He's patient, and then he breaks, and it's a great timing for me to hit that consistently over the left side of the field for about 4 to 5 yards. And if you have the right type of speed at that receiver, press again. You're forgetting to press. This route is very consistent at beating that man-to-man coverage, as you can see right there. And right there, that's where he gets that speed, and he wins. So that's the first route that I like out of this play. The next route that I like, this is the halfback route. This is like the 4 verticals play. So now we have like an inside, like a left route that wins, and then a route to the right that wins by the halfback, especially in MUT where you're going to have better route runners. Like LaShawn McCoy, the 83, is a really good route runner. But see how he wins?
Right.
So now I have 2 underneath routes that I feel like really, really, really good in, that don't just win by like 1 yard, 2 yards. They're going to win for like 4 to 5 yards on a consistent basis, even against this man press. Now, the next route is the Kelsey route. So this is obviously route running as well. But once he makes that break to the sideline, he's going to win in that space area, especially if you have a better route runner in MUT. So here it is again. It's a little clogged.
Those are your T.Y. Hiltons. Those are your Deshaun Jacksons, your Keenan Allens. For those of you that don't know, the route running is going to help you get separation from if you go against an opponent with high man coverage. Man coverage and route rating are going to battle out. Whoever has a higher going to get more separation.
Press again for me.
Yes.
So let me see if I put Avant on a slant. He gets inside release, and you can also run the risk of like the underneath play like right there. But what I like about this, like a lot of times, if like press here, if I put the drag to Macklin, if say it was a regular hot routed drag, he goes right away, and like the timing of those 2 plays like is muddy, and it's like hard for you to like make the read at the right time.
Very similar to gun bunch, gun split close, FB trail where you have the drag and the slant. This year there's not the separation. There's not like the depth of field to have both windows.
Correct. So now you have Avant. It's the press again. So if we had Avant, you get time in the pocket. It's a really good fast receiver.
Yeah, say I had enough of the corner out. Say I just had enough of the corner.
You're not going to hit me on the corner. You got to have the fast style receiver there, like the Perriman, or Avant just one hand catches, and that's where that streak can come into play. Again, you could also go for that quick slant to Avant as well. The deep end's actually not bad. It's a really, really, really late progression in this play, like almost too late, but like it does win inside. I just don't like how long it takes to develop.
Right.
Now, the next thing I like about this play, so say if you come out in this and now go audible to cover 3. So if you audible to cover 3, and I'm like, oh man, he's in zone. I really want to still throw to that corner. Well, you can still do that. You streak Avant, and then you would flat B.
Okay.
Now you have that same style flood on the right side of the field. Once the corner route hits that sideline, bang, you throw it to him, and you're off to the races.
That's really open.
Yeah.
That's good.
Right, so that's why that works really well. Just overall, like, my main focus right now with this game is finding ways to really attack man-to-man coverage consistently, have consistent reads, and I feel like I'm getting there. I'm getting better. I'm finding that I'm coming back to the bunch. Like, I love the bunch, the compressed nature of it. It does a great job attacking those coverages. We do have one more play that we can show from this formation that's in this playbook that actually helps you beat man-to-man as well. We'll show you here gun, bunch in the KC playbook. And the play is called KC Divide. So if you go back to that man-to-man again.
And for the YouTube crowd that's watching this tomorrow, you're missing out on some really high-level conversation in the chat. There's some guys in here that have added even more setups and adjustments to this, saying, hey, if it's this zone, do this. And it's just really great to have all these guys in here live. So if you're watching on YouTube, I'd love that you guys catch it the next day. But I'm telling you what, man, the more you can watch this show and interact with the people that are in the chat, that's what makes this show great, is the live stuff going on. But let's take a look here at this question.
So here's the play. So Farley's going to call press. Now the adjustment on this is I put the RB tight end on a quick slant inside. So now I have a drag on the left, a slant over the middle, and then like a deep angle by Avant. And what I like about that, Avant wins and gets that inside positioning on a very consistent basis at a higher clip. You have the tight end underneath on the quick slant. And you got the drag underneath here to the left. He can kind of get muddy there, but because he'll run into another defender. And then what I really love about this play is the far route receivers route. So you have Wilson who's going to win. You have the Kelsey that's going to win. Avant. So that's 3. And then the last route here is Macklin. So 4 routes that you feel very comfortable and consistently going to win against man-to-man press. And to get this route to win against man-to-man press, motion him out wide, 1 or 2 steps, he's going to run his route, and once he hits that sideline, bang. This is the same route that you find in strong close, gun split close.
And so if you're a new viewer or you don't know all the buttons and controls, so right here, you wouldn't need to motion Macklin right here, because see how this defender's not pressing him? So you don't need to motion him. Mm-hmm. So if you're playing a guy and he's running that against you, I press. Now all of a sudden, watch what happens to Macklin's route. He's not going to get started. He's going to get pressed, then the timing's slow, and now he's running with him, and now that's bad.
He's stuck, yeah.
That's bad. So what Gibbs just showed you, he just took you to the 3rd step without showing you kind of the first 2. Now I press again, so now that Macklin route's shut down, except he's off the line of scrimmage. You can motion snap him, and then you can throw it on the cut. So you hold B on Macklin, you light up his little ring underneath, and then you push the left stick, he goes out 2 steps or whatever. You can't get pressed because he's moving, and then you can throw it. Learn the timing. If you don't go into practice mode and practice that timing of that throw,
you're never going to have success with this play.
You're going to call that on like 3rd and 6. You're going to throw a pick because you're going to throw it too early, too
that
late.
Gibbs guy sucks.
You need to practice the timing of this route. It's a it's a money throw. No, it's so good. It's just so reliable.
Like that timing there was off, and I didn't complete it.
Right.
And the important thing to note there, guys, too, is like it's when you put a guy in motion, you see teams do it all the time. Patriots do it all the time. Think of Julian Edelman. The guy's constantly running before every snap. And they move him in motion like that to get him a free release. Because if he's in motion, it's very hard to get your hands on a guy that's moving before the snap of the ball.
Right.
So that's why putting a guy in motion is a very beneficial thing for you to call for your defense. Like, if I motioned him out here, Macklin, right, and I put him on a slant, and you call the press coverage again, and I put him on a slant inside, I'm going to get the same results. He's going to get a free release, just this time on a slant on the inside. So, like, motion is really one of your best friends against man-to-man.
Right, because when you get to a high-level game, what's going to happen is this. They're going to hit you with that, so then you're going to press, but then they're going to motion them and watch this. So call the slant, though. Call the slant. I'm going to assume that you're running the outside route. I'm gonna click on Smith, and I'm going to go out here and just sit, and then I'm like, oh, my goodness. And that is what makes Madden so much fun, guys. That's what makes it a high-level game. That's what makes me frustrated when I hear people say, like, I don't want to call slide protection. I
Right.
shouldn't have to. It makes it so much fun.
It makes it
does,
so
because
much
you're like,
fun.
I'm pretty sure the guy's blitzing right here. I'm going to slide right.
Yeah.
Oh, he blitzed left. No. Or, I'm pretty sure he's going to roll this quarterback on this play.
Right.
I'm putting a QB spy out there. Boom. Sack.
Shout out to
Yes,
everybody in the
I
chat.
did something.
Everyone in the chat that knows what we're talking about, if you know that feeling, what that feels like when you're
Yes.
in that battle of Madden and what makes Madden so addictive, type 1 in the chat
And
if
for
you
the-
felt that in your plums.
For the YouTube guys, what is the biggest place where you feel like I outsmarted that guy? I called what he was going to do. Is it a fullback dive where you time the snap? Is it going to sit on a corner route when you're playing some guy who runs play action and throws a tight end corner on the first play of the game and you pick it? Like, that is Madden to me. That's why I'll always love Madden. And that's what makes it, like, when I come home at night and everyone's gone in the chat and I turn on Madden and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to play Madden tonight. Even though I just played it for 8 hours today. That's why. Because when I make that play where I called something and made a play, that's what's worth
I
it.
stayed up. I played Metal Gear Solid last night until like 2:30 in the morning, and then I played Madden. I turned it off, and then I thought about a play, like this play,
Yeah.
and I thought about it, like because I was messing around with the Casey playbook, and I got up for like 35 minutes and I played Madden, which I was already with Madden all day at work. Stream Madden, come back, all Madden.
I just
Love
will
it.
sign into Mutt and just like look at the cards I want. I'll be like, how much is Stephon Gilmore? I just like
love-
to stare at it. I'm
I
like,
love
maybe
just
tomorrow,
looking at my
maybe
team.
tomorrow.
I love looking
Yeah.
at my team. I love just like looking at it and like, God, I got such a good team. Team envy, baby. Team envy.
Boom. All right. So that was for the